Hi there and welcome to this exciting video tutorial series. My name is Puspa and in this series we will learn how to build a fully functional chat app using .NET for backend and Angular for frontend. Throughout this series, I will guide you step by step covering key topics like building web API using .NET Core, implementing real-time messaging with SignalR, creating a modern UI using Angular, secure communication using JWT authentication. By the end of this series, you will have your own chat app that support features like real-time messaging, typing indicators, and user presence tracking. If you're excited to build this chat app, make sure to subscribe playlist. Let's get coding. Okay, let's set up environment. First of all, let's install .NET SDK 9. So go to browser and type .NET, click download, and here we can see .NET 9 SDK. So let's download .NET 9 SDK. .NET 9 SDK is download in progress. So let's wait some time. The SDK is downloaded, so let's install it and click install. It will take time. Install successfully, so let's close it. Now verify our SDK, so open command, type .NET list SDKs. So we can see here we have successfully installed .NET 9.0.100. Close it. Now let's install VS Code for code editor. So go to code.visualstudio.com and click download. VS Code is downloading. VS Code is downloaded. So let's install it. Click OK and accept agreement. Next, check this checkbox and install. VS Code is installed successfully. Let's finish it. Let's make it bigger and let's set up our VS Code theme. Start modern. Close it and click markdown. Close it. So let's install some extension. Click extension and search for C#. Install this one and this one. It will take some time. Close it and close it for now. And here. And another one is let's search for Nuget Gallery. Install it. And another extension is SQLite. Install it. Okay, now set up node.js for Angular development. Go to browser, node.js.org, download node.js. Node.js is downloaded, so let's install it. Close it. Next, accept agreement. Next, and next. Install. So let's finish it. Now let's install Angular CLI. Open command, type npm install -g at Angular/CLI. Press enter. Angular CLI is installed. So let's verify ng-p. So we have Angular version 18.2.12. We have successfully installed .NET and Angular. So open VS Code and install some extension for Angular. So go to extension and install Angular language service. Okay, install this one install, and another extension I personally love, material icon. Install it and set material icon theme. Close it. Okay, we have successfully installed .NET and Angular. So let's create new project. Right click, new and folder. Let's say chat. Let's right click it and open with VS Code. Trust it. Close and let's open terminal. New terminal. Here let's click for now command prompt. Let's create API project. So type .NET new web API and output will be API. Let's press enter. So we have type error here. Let's press off arrow and let's fix output. Our API project is created successfully. Let's navigate to API project and run project.net run. So let's click this link and we are going to redirect it to browser and let's add here slash weather forecast. So this is our default template provided by .NET. So this comes from this program and this map kit. So our plugin project is created. So let's create another project for client. Go to terminal and new terminal. Let's make it command prompt. So let's create new Angular project ng new and let's say client for project name. Press enter. Let's press N and enter. Let's select for this project CSS by default. So for SSR we don't need this for now. So let's press N and enter. Project is creating and some npm packages are installing in background. So let's wait some time. So our client project is created. So let's navigate to client project and serve what is inside. So let's serve our application npm start. So our application is served. So let's click this link and go to browser. You can see our default Angular template here. So we have successfully created two projects, API and client. Okay, first of all, let's clean up our API project. Go to API and in program.cs, let's remove this one, this weather forecast API, and this one also. Let's save it. Let's run our application. So by pressing Ctrl backtick and CD, just navigate to API project. Let's serve our application .NET was run. So let's click this weather forecast. We don't have forecast API endpoint now. Let's clean up our launch setting. Go to launch setting.json and here let's add custom port 5000 and remove this one. Let's add here 5000. Okay, let's close it and let's kill our terminal by pressing Ctrl C and let's run again. .NET was run. Now we have custom port 5000. Let's click it. Now our application served in 5000 port. So let's close it. Now let's install some Nuget packages by pressing Ctrl backtick and go to Nuget. Here let's search for EF core, this first one, and EF core SQLite, this third one, and another one is Identity Entity Framework core. So this one, let's install it. So we have installed some packages. Go to API CS Pros. We can see ASP.NET Core, Identity Entity Framework core, Entity Framework core, and SQLite. And let's collapse this API project and expand this Solution Explorer here. Let's create one folder called data, and inside data let's add appdb context class. Let's source class and appdb context. So this appdb context inherit from identity db context. So let's create constructor ctor and enter. Let's pass here db context option, and this is generic class, and pass appdb context option, pass here in base class option. So we can see this identity db context expect db context option. So let's close it and let's close this one. Go to program.cs. Let's add here db context builder.services.add db context, pass here appdb context, and inside here x.use SQLite and pass data source chat.db, add authentication and authorization, app.use authentication and app.use authorization. Let's create app user class. Go to API and here let's create model folder, models, and inside model let's create class and name it app user. Let's add here some property string which is nullable, full name, and another one prop tab string profile, string here, profile image, and this class inherit from identity user. So let's save it and close it. Go to program.cs and add here identity core builder.service.add identity core. Let's pass app user and add entity framework core store, app db context, and add default token provider. Let's revisit our app db context, and this identity db context is generic, so let's pass it app user. Now go to program.cs and add authentication. So here just add builder.services.add authentication. Let's pass it option and t.default authenticate scheme JWT bearer default. For this let's install JWT authentication. So go to Nuget package, JWT bearer. Let's install this one. close it and control dot. We can see now Microsoft ASP.NET Authentication JWT bearer dot default authentication scheme and OPT dot default challenge scheme JWT bearer default dot and T dot default scheme. Here JWT bearer default dot authenticate scheme, and let's add here JWT bearer, and let's pass option goes to option dot save token true option dot required HTTPS metadata. Let's make it false. And another one is token validation, new token validation parameter. Let's remove this fully qualified name and control dot and validate sign-in key, validate issuer sign-in key. Let's make it true, and issuer sign-in key, new symmetric security key. Let's pass here encoding UTF-8.get bytes. And first of all, let's go to app setting and add here JWT setting key, add here security key. You can put here very long text. Save it, go to program CS, and here let's declare variable JWT setting builder.configuration.get section and JWT setting. Here go to app setting, we have JWT setting, so let's copy it and here and go to bottom. Let's pass here JWT setting get section and section name security key, and with this and the value can be nullable. Let's make validate issuer false, validate audience false for now. Okay, let's create account endpoint. So go to Solution Explorer, and here let's create folder endpoints. In this tutorial we are going to use minimal API, so let's create here class. Let's search for class and name account endpoint. Create one static method, let's say public static route group builder, and let's say map account endpoint. Pass here this web application, let's say app, and here let's create group app dot map group. So let's say API slash register dot with tag account. Now let's create register endpoint. So group dot map post. Here we need to add account and map post. Let's say register here and async. Pass here HTTP context, user manager, app user, and another one from form, string full name, from form, string email, another one from form, password of type string, password. Okay, add here user manager, var user from db. Let's check await user manager dot find user by email async, and let's pass email here. Let's check if user from db is not null, then return result dot bad request response of type string dot failure, and let's pass message user is already exist. Create this response class. First of all, create here command folder, and inside command folder let's add here class. Let's search for class and response class. Add here some property. Prop bool is success. Let's remove setter. Let's add here public t data. So let's make class generic, and let's add another public string error, and another one is string message, and let's create constructor ctur, and here let's pass is success of type bool and t data string error and string message. Inside here let's initialize with is success, and data with data, error with error, let's make it capital letter, and message with small message. Okay, let's create a static method. Public static of type response t success and t data string which is nullable message. Let's pass default null value, new let's pass a true, data null message. Let's create another static method failure. Static response failure string error, and new let's pass here false default error and null. Okay, save it. We have our response class. Let's close it. Here we have forget to declare contact. Let's control click here and let's use api.command. Let's create new user. So var user new f user, email and full name. So let's create users var result await user manager dot create async. Let's pass here user and password. Let's check if not result dot is succeed, then let's return results dot bad request response of type string, and failure pass here result dot errors dot select. Let's select x goes to x dot description dot first or default. If result is success, then let's return result dot okay response of type string success. Let's pass here user created successfully, and let's return here group, make it static. Let's go to program.cs and register our endpoint. At the end let's add app.map account endpoint, save it. Okay, before testing our API, let's add migration. Go to terminal by pressing Ctrl backtick and navigate to API project .NET EF migrations, add initial. Don't have Microsoft.Entity Framework core design package, so let's install it first. Go to Nuget and search for Entity Framework core design. Let's install first one. Now it's installed. Go to terminal and click up arrow and enter. So our first migration is created. So go to migration folder. Here we can see our initial class. You can see here ASP.NET roles. You can see here ASP.NET user. So we have here custom full name. So we have extended full name property and profile image. And let's update our database. .NET EF database update. Okay, our database is ready. So let's open database. Control Shift P and let's search for SQLite. Open database and ChatDB. Now we can see here SQLite Explorer. So we can expand this, and we have here ASP.NET users. So let's click it. We don't have any data right now, so we can see empty table here. Close it. Run application. .NET was run. Okay, our application is run in port 5000. Okay, let's list our register endpoint. First of all, let's install Thunder client. Go to extension and search for Thunder client. So this Thunder client, let's install it. Okay, Thunder client is installed. Let's close it and let's open Thunder client and new request. Localhost account / register click body and home, and let's pass here username, full name and email. Let's click send. Okay, let's make it post request and send again. Here endpoint http post account register content anti forgery metadata. For now, let's go to account endpoint and here add disable anti forgery and save it. Let's send request again. We have this error. Let's stop our program and run again by pressing Ctrl C, and let's run again. .NET was run. Let's send request again. So we have missing password field, so let's add password 8123. let's send. So we can see here error username is invalid. So we have forget to add username field. So go to account endpoint and here add from form string username, and in this object let's add username. Save it and close. Go to endpoint and let's send again. Now is success true and user created successfully. So let's verify our data. Here in ASP.NET user, we can click this icon. We can see recent created data. So our register endpoint is working now. Next, we will implement upload profile picture. Hello, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to implement upload profile picture. So first of all, let's go to Explorer and here let's go to Solution Explorer. Let's collapse this one, and inside API let's create one folder called services, and inside services let's add class, search for class and file upload. Create static method. Let's say public static upload. Pass ifrom file, and here first of all let's declare upload folder path.combine. Let's combine with directory .get current directory, and inside www let's comma upload. Let's check if directory does not exist. Directory dot exist. Upload folder, create directory, dot create directory upload folder. So this will create folder upload inside www, and let's extract file name. File name guid.new this generate random string, and let's make two string concat with path with extension file name here, and let's declare path file path, and let's combine with path dot combine upload folder and file name. Always using var string new file string file path file mode dot create, and let's copy this file dot copy to async, and this expect string here. Finally, let's return our file name. So now let's go to program.cs, and here let's add.use static files. Okay, let's go to endpoint, and here let's implement file upload. So here let's say from file can be nullable profile image. So let's check profile image is null, then return result.getRequest response of type string dot failure, and pass message profile image is required. If we have profile image, then let's store in variable picture file upload and pass that profile picture. This file upload method return string. Let's initialize picture with context.request.scheme /context.request.host and /upload/picture, and here let's pass profile image to picture. In this tutorial, we are going to test our file upload using Postman. So first of all, let's go to postman.com/downloads, and then click download. So let's save. Postman is downloaded. Okay, let's install Postman. Okay, Postman is installed, so let's close it, go to project, and let's run backend project cd api, and .NET was run. Let's copy this URL and close it, go to Postman, let's paste it here, and let's make post and /API/account/register. Let's click body and form data. Let's add here username test@123. Let's send. Okay, user is already exists, so let's create another user. Let's make it file and select file. Let's upload this one. Okay, let's send. This user is already exist, so let's create new one. Let's click send. Okay, user created successfully. So let's go to our project. We can see www root here, and inside here we have upload folder, and inside upload folder we have photo. Let's close it and let's verify in our database. So let's open database, Ctrl Shift P, open database, chat.dp, click this one and open ASP.NET users. So here we can see our profile image here. Our profile image successfully uploaded. Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. Today I will show you how to build a secure login API using JWT in ASP.NET Core Minimal API. By the end of this video, you will have a functioning API that generates a JWT token upon login. Let's get started. Let's open VS Code. Inside service, let's create Tokenservice. Let's search for class and Tokenservice. And here let's inject I configuration, private read only, I configuration, config. Let's create constructor CTOR tab. Let's inject here I configuration, config. Let's create generate token, public string generate token. Let's pass here string user ID and string username. Let's create token handler, new JWT security token handler. Let's import it, control dot using system.identity model.token.jwt. Let's get key from encoding.ascii.getBytes and config JWT setting and security key. So this should match with app setting. We can see here security key. This can be nullable. Let's create list of claims, new list of claim, new claim type dot name identified is passed user ID, and another one new claim types dot name passed username. So let's create token descriptor, new security token descriptor, and let's pass a subject claim, new claims identity, pass here claim. Let's make it claims, pass here claims, and pass expires date time dot UTC now dot 8 days. After 1 day we cannot use same key. Sign in credential. Let's pass a new sign in credential, new symmetric security key. Let's pass a key and security algorithm HMAC SS256. Let's create token handler dot create token. Let's pass a token descriptor and return token handler dot write token. Let's pass a token. Okay, let's save it to program CS, and here let's add builder.services.add scope token service. Save it. Let's close it. Okay, let's close this token service and go to account endpoint. At the bottom, let's collapse this one, and here let's create login point group.map post. Let's say login async, and here let's inject user manager, pass app user, and user manager and pass token service and let's go to Explorer and let's create folder named DTO, and inside DTO let's create login DTO class login DTO. Let's create string email. Let's annotate with required, and another required property prop tab string password. Let's initialize with empty and string.empty. Save it. Let's add here login DTO and here let's check for DTO. If DTO is null, then just return result.bad_request and pass a response of string dot failure and pass message invalid login. And here for user user manager dot find email async, pass here email DTO dot email, this return app user. So let's check if user is null. If we don't have user, then return result.bad_request response of type string dot failure user not found. Okay, and let's create result variable user manager dot check password async, and let's pass a user and DTO dot password. Let's check for result. It return boolean, result is false, then return result.bad_request. Let's pass a response of type string dot failure, and let's pass a invalid password. Finally, let's create token service dot generate token. Let's pass here user ID and username. And finally, let's return result.ok. Let's add here response of type string dot success. Let's pass a token and message login successfully. Now let's test our login endpoint. So okay, let's test our application login endpoint. So go to terminal and restart our application. Let's go to API project and run .NET was run. Okay, let's open Postman and test our login endpoint. Click this plus icon here. Let's click this URL and add here login. So click body, inside body let's click raw, make it JSON, and here let's pass email.com and password test@123. Let's click send Okay, let's make it post method and let's send again. Okay, is success true and data we have JWT token. Let's copy this one and go to jwt.io and go to jwt.io and go to bottom. Let's paste here. We have named this user ID and unique name, expiry date. So this is our generate token. Let's close it and our login endpoint is working fine. Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial we are going to create message entity and their migration. So let's get started. First of all, let's open Explorer and open Solution Explorer. Let's collapse this one, and inside API, inside model, let's create message class. Let's search for class and message, and inside message let's say prop integer type ID and prop tab string, which can string sender ID, prop tab string and receiver ID, and another property string type content, and another property name. Let's say date time, we can store here created date, and another property of bool, let's say is read, and let's add here public app user sender get set. Let's type prop and tab, let's add here app user, let's say receiver. These two are navigation properties and this ID is our primary key in our message table. Now let's add migration. Let's open terminal by pressing Ctrl backtick and go to API here .NET EF migrations, add message table, press enter. So let's open Explorer and here we can see message table migration. So we can see here our empty migration. Let's undo our migration. .NET EF migrations remove. So this command remove recently created migration. Press enter. Look, our migration is removed. So let's go to app.db context and here let's add db set, prop db set of type message, and let's say messages. Let's close it and let's clear terminal by pressing Ctrl L, and let's rerun our migration. .NET EF migrations, add message table. Okay, let's see, we have message table migration created. We can see our table name messages, ID which is auto increment primary key, and sender ID type text, receiver ID which type is text, it can be nullable true, and created date nullable false, is read of type boolean nullable false, and we can see our constraint receiver ID and sender ID. Let's close it and let's update our database. .NET EF database update. Okay, our database is updated. Let's open database. Let's press Ctrl Shift P and open database. Let's select ChatDB and here we can see, let's collapse this one, and here we can see our table messages. Expand this one, we can see integer, sender, receiver, content, created date, and is read here. So we have successfully added messages table and migration. Let's implement SignalR ChatHub. So let's go to Explorer, and let's open Solution Explorer. Inside API, let's create, and inside hubs let's create class. Let's search for class, and here ChatHub. Let's add here authorize attribute, and here let's inherit from hub. This hubs comes from Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.SignalR library. Okay, let's inject here user manager and pass here app user, and also inject appdb context. This is our primary constructor. Inside here let's declare concurrent dictionary. Here let's declare public static read only concurrent dictionary, and let's pass here string and online user DTU. Currently we don't have online user DTU. Let's create online user DTU class. Inside DTUs let's create file, search for class, and here paste online user DTU. Let's add here some property of string ID. Let's make it nullable, and prop tab another one string connection ID, prop tab username of type string and full name of type string, another one profile picture of type string, and another boolean variable public bool is online. Let's say public int read count. Let's close it and go to ChatHub. Let's import control dot and using api.details. Let's override unconnected async method. Public override async, and inside here let's declare context dot get http context, and let's get here receiver ID from query http context dot request dot query. Let's id dot toString, and another variable context dot user dot identity dot name current user await user manager dot find name async, and pass a username. Set if online user dot content key username, then online user, and let's add username here connection ID. Let's declare connection ID here, and from context dot connection ID let's add dot connection ID here. Let's declare user here user, and new online user DTU. Let's add here connection ID and username. Profile image, let's make it profile picture. Close it and add here profile picture. Get from current user dot profile image, and finally let's add full name current user dot full name. Now let's add online users. Let's try it. Username and current user, and await clients dot accept connection ID dot send async pass here notify and current user, and here let's await and clients dot all dot send async online users, and await get all users. Let's create get all user method. Let's control dot and generate get user method, and let's implement get all users. Let's add here enumerable online user DTU. Let's declare variable username context user dot get username. Let's create one extension method. Let's add here folder extensions. Let's add class new file, source for class and claims principal extensions, and let's make it static. Let's create method public static string get username. Let's pass here this claims principal this claim principal and user. Let's control click and import our username. User dot find first value. Let's pass claims type, claim types dot name, username. Then let's throw new exception, get username, return username, or we can return from here. Let's return from here, and let's create another extension method, class public static string get user id. Let's pass a claims principal user var user id with dot parse user dot find first value. Let's pass a claims claim types dot name identifier. Otherwise let's throw new exception, cannot get user id. Immediately we can return from here, return. Let's rename this GUID. Let's make it GUID. Let's close it, and here let's control dot, and using API extension let's declare variable online users set and new hash set of type string, and here let's pass online users dot keys, this whole online users key, and here let's load user with their last message. So users await user manager dot users dot select. Let's select u goes to new online user DTO. Let's pass add id u dot id, username u dot username, full name u dot full name, profile picture u dot profile picture is online. Let's add here online user set dot contains u dot username. If it contain username, then it return true. Let's say on read count context dot messages dot count x goes to x dot receiver id equal to username, x dot sender id equal to u dot id, and not x dot is read. Let's order by descending. User u dot is online to list async, or let's return here users. Okay, let's implement send message method. Let's add public async task send message. Let's add here message request DTO and message. Let's create this class. Let's create message request DTO class. Go to DTOs and new file, search for class and message request DTO. Let's add here id, prop tab and string sender id, prop tab string receiver id, and prop tab string content, prop tab full is read, prop tab, and let's add here date time and created date. Let's add here, let's declare sender id context dot user dot identity dot name. Let's add recipient id message dot receiver id. Let's create new message, and here let's add sender await user manager dot find name async. Let's pass here sender id, receiver await user manager dot find by id async. Let's pass here recipient id and is read. Let's make it false now, and created date. Let's make it date time dot utc now, and content message dot content. Let's save message first, context dot messages dot add new message, and await context dot save change async. Let's make it add, and await clients. Let's await client dot user. Let's pass a recipient id dot send async. Let's add receive new message, receive new message, and our new message. Save it, and let's implement another method which notify typing. Let's declare public async method, async task notify typing recipient username var sender username context.user.identity.name, and let's check if sender username is null, then let's return it. Return otherwise var connection id online user values dot first or default x goes to x dot username equal to recipient username dot connection id. Let's check if connection id is not null, then let's await client dot client. Let's pass a connection id and send async notify typing to user, notify typing to user, and let's add sender name. Override on disconnect method, public override on disconnect async. Let's copy this line and paste here. Let's say online users dot try remove username. Let's rename this username and pass here username out. We don't need anything out. Let's make it underscore. That's it. Let's await and clients dot all dot send async. Let's send online users and let's pass here await get all users. Let's save it. Okay, let's implement load messages method. Here let's create public async task load messages. Let's pass here string recipient id and integer page number. By default let's add 1, and here let's initialize page size by default 10. Let's add here, let's define page size 10 and var username. Let's add here context dot user identity dot name. Let's get current user from user manager, find by name async. Let's pass username and check for current user. If current user is null, then return immediately list of message response detail messages, and let's add here await context dot messages. First of all, let's declare this message response detail. Let's inherit from message request detail, and let's filter here dot where receiver id is equal to current user id and sender id current user id and receiver id recipient id dot order by descending x dot created date dot skip. Let's skip page number -1 multiply by page size dot let's take page size and order by created date, and select new message response detail pass here id contain created date receiver id sender id and to list async. Let's iterate message for each message in messages context dot messages first or default. Let's pass here x dot id equal to message dot id and check for if message is not null. Message dot receiver, let's add here messages. Let's add first or default async and receiver id equal to current id. Then let's say message dot is read true and await context dot shift and async. Let's await client dot user current user dot id dot send async receive message list and pass messages here, and let's call this method inside unconnected async, and here let's check if not string dot is null or empty receiver id. Then let's await load messages. Let's pass a receiver id. Save it. Let's close it. First of all, let's enable quotes. Here builder.services.add quotes option goes to let's add options.add default policy, and inside policy let's add builder here, and inside here builder.with origin let's say for now http localhost 4200, and another one https localhost 420 dot allow any header, allow any method, and allow credential. And let's go to bottom. Here let's add app.useCourse x goes to dot allow any header, allow any method, and allow credential, and add origin here with origins. Let's add here http and another one https localhost 420. Now let's add JWT authentication for SignalR. So go to here and let's add option dot events new JWT bearer event, and inside here on message received context let's extract access token var access token from context dot request dot query. So let's extract access token, and let's extract path from context dot http context request dot path. Let's check not string dot is null or empty access token, and path dot start with segment slash hops. Then let's say context dot token, let's add here access token, and return task dot completed. Save it and go to bottom and add our SignalR. So here let's add builder.services.add SignalR, and here let's add app.map hub of type ChatHub. Let's pass here hub URL hub/chat. Let's save it. Okay, let's create endpoint that return detail of current login user. So let's go to count endpoint and go to bottom. Here let's add here group.mapGet. Let's say /me async http context and inject here user manager. Let's pass f user manager. Let's get current login user ID from context dot user dot get user ID. So this comes from our extension method. We can see here claim principal extension. We can see this is our extension method. So this return user ID of type GUID. This can be nullable. Let's get current login user from database. For current login user, let's say await user manager dot users SignalR default. Let's filter x goes to x dot id is equal to current login user id. Convert to string. Let's make it async. Let's return here result dot OK, and let's say response type app user. We can make DTU for that, but in this case I want to return here just use app user. Let's say success, and let's pass here current login user and message here. Let's say user fetched successfully. Make it authorized, require authorization. Okay, let's go to program.cs, and at the bottom we can see to use authentication. So let's remove second one and add use authorization here and save it. Let's open terminal by pressing Ctrl J and run our application. Go to API and let's run our application. Watch run. Let's open postman and let's test our API endpoint. Let's click this login and let's click send. Okay, let's copy this token and click this one. Let's say me, and let's go to header. Let's add key authorization and value bearer space and paste our token. Let's send request. Okay, we can see our response data.